Welcome back, everybody, to the Raider Gymnasium, and we are ready for dual meet number 2 on this night.
That's why we don't let John Swisher set up our equipment. He does it different than us.
We're backwards. I'm usually on 1, where I'm on 2, and anyway, we are here ready to go. Coach Swisher is our special guest here tonight. We're trying to get him hooked on a real sport, and we haven't quite got him over to our side yet. But we are working awfully hard. Well, we're going to start this duel at weight class 138 for West Delaware. We'll have Bennett Cole taking the mat. For the home Raiders, they have a freshman. It looks like Logan Seeley is listed. We'll have to spy that. They did not do introductions for this meet, so we'll see. We'll see. And I'll tell you what, we've got the Anamosa Wrestling Club in the house. About 35 or 40 PV wrestlers, mat side, so they're trying to inspire these Raiders to a victory.
Well, the Raiders usually, they don't have wrestling cheerleaders, but they do tonight, that's for sure. The little Raider Wrestling Club down there on the side of the mat offering their support here to the Anamosa wrestlers.
So there's a nice takedown by Bennett Cole as he goes low single on Seeley, climbs the body, attacks the hips, and drives Seeley off the edge of the mat. And our only team here tonight that has cheerleaders is the West Delaware Hawks, as they have a full bevy of JV cheerleaders and varsity cheerleaders. We've got JV going on mat number 1 to our left, and out in front of us, the West Delaware Hawks and the varsity mat. And that's Bennett Cole with a chicken wing on Seeley. He's going to run that wing, and he gets a little bit loose with it. And Seeley rolls through, and now a nice cradle by Cole. This could be a fall here as Seeley tries to roll through. We have Mr. Quick Pin out here, Jamie, so maybe this will be to the Hawks' advantage here. We saw him at Makokata, and he called some off a quick fall, so we'll see what happens. That's going to be a 2-point near fall for Cole and a 1-point escape for Seeley. So West Delaware losing the first duel of the night to the Mustangs from Mount Vernon. And now they're trying to get the momentum back on their side. There's a low single by Cole. He almost gets in too deep, and he's going to have to readjust himself. He's going to try to cut across to a double on there, pull his head out. Seeley is going to try to hit him with a switch. Then Cole's got to pull his head out, and he does hit him with a switch for a 2-point takedown. So a defensive takedown by Seeley. And he will score a 2-point takedown.
Right at the end of the period, too.
Yeah.
That's something you gotta try to avoid here. You know, you got a chance. You're winning in a match, and you got an opportunity to score a couple more points, and you give up a takedown late in the period. You got to try to avoid that, especially those late period takedowns.
Well, you're exactly right. This is Bennett Cole. He's a junior for West Delaware. You're taking on a freshman, Jamie. This is where you just got to really get after it. And back to work goes Cole on that cradle, and he gets high with the cradle, and he's got to hook the ankle of Seeley to pull himself back behind, and he's going to wrench that knee of Seeley, so our referee's going to call potentially dangerous. There's the set, there's the whistle, stand-up attempt by Seeley. Cole goes to deep waist, far ankle, a switch attempt by Seeley, and Cole does a nice job this time attacking hips, and just got to climb the body right there, Jamie. I think he could set up that chicken wing again because Seeley's reaching back and trying to set up some hand, trying to get some hand control. Anytime you do that, that should make it very easy for you to set up a wing. Now a nice inside wrist by Cole. He's going to roll that out, and he lets his hips get a little bit sloppy. Seeley comes to a stand-up. He's going to pick up a 1 point. This thing is tied up at 4-4. So Bennett Cole goes from a nice pinning combination to giving up an escape, and this thing is knotted at 4s with 59 seconds left to go in the second period. We do have our clocks working. There's a long double shot, so now a single. Seeley switches off to a single, so obviously the Raiders were watching the Mustangs. And Seeley trying to pick up a 2-point takedown. Nice down block. A snap and spin now by Cole. He's going to cover the hips of Seeley. and pick up 2. He tries a far side cradle, and Seeley's going to bust the hands of Cole and go to his feet for a stand-up. And now it's 6-5 in favor of Bennett Cole with 26 seconds left. So, Jamie, a lot of opportunities for Cole, but he's just got to slug things up here a little bit, especially his pinning combinations.
Yeah, he does, because, you know, he's had multiple situations in this match where he's had Seeley going to his back, or he picked up, you know, a couple near fall points earlier. But it's a matter of getting down to it and locking it up, tightening, cinching things up, and bringing him to his back.
Well, that's going to do it at the end of the second period. Let's see whose choice it is. Looks like it's going to be Bennett Cole's choice, and he's going to choose down. And to start this last 2 minutes, again, we've got JV matches to our left. Varsity match is right out in front. And there's the whistle for the varsity match. And a nice chop by Seeley. It's 6-5 in favor of Bennett Cole. And Jamie, if you're Bennett Cole right here, you just got to work. 2 would be nice. You got to at least work to score 1 here, and then go to work on your feet.
And you do, because, you know, a 1-point lead may not do it here. You get turned to your back for a couple of seconds, and all of a sudden you're down a point. So you really got to work here if you're Bennett Cole.
And then you got a referee that likes to call those quick pins. I'll tell you what, you can't take anything for granted right here. 1:22 left to go, third period. And Logan Seeley, only a freshman for Coach Dean Miller and the Anamosa Raiders. He's giving Bennett Cole all he wants right now with a tight waist ride, with a left and a chop. He's got that inside wrist on the right. He's really working that tight waist on the left side. And Bennett Cole right now is content just to let Seeley ride him. I'd like to see him get out and go here, use some hand control down on the far end at 7-7. Quite a match going on.
Seeley's gonna let Bennett Cole loose, so it should be 7-5 here with a minute left to go. So, you know, standard protocol there is you work for a minute to try to turn him over. If you can't, you got to cut him loose and go to work on your feet, try to get the tying takedown.
And here's that thing we talked about, Jamie. You're up by 2, and you know you want to build that lead right here. Don't shoot yourself out of a match, but if you've got an opportunity for a good shot, you want to get after it. And with 31 seconds left, you got to be real careful here. You don't want to give up 2 here and send this thing into overtime. A long shot by Seeley. We're going to get stalling against Cole right now as he is backing up. Seeley's just taking a long shot, so that draws the stalling call from our official. 15 seconds left. Now Seeley in on a double.
But looking at the clock.
Peek at the clock.
Jeez.
Again, you got to tie up your wrist. Here, there's another long shot. That's going to be stalling against Cole. 1 point for Seeley. And this thing's going to be 7-6. And that's going to do it. 7-6. Bennett Cole is going to pick up an ugly win right there. And opportunities for a lot of back points. And the young freshman for Anamosa does a nice job here in front of a very, very nice Anamosa Blue Raider crowd. Again, it's recognized the Pee-wees tonight here, the Anamosa Wrestling Club. We're going to see Harrison Goble pick up a forfeit here, Jamie. I'm not sure. Gavin Betzer is listed as a JV wrestler in the Raiders. I'm not sure why they didn't move him up, but Harrison Goble will pick up a forfeit there. He will go 2-0 on the night. And now we're going to see DeSoto, I believe.
Yep.
Is this Ryan?
Yep.
Ryan DeSoto for West Delaware. That means he will be wrestling 152.
Wyatt Himes.
Wyatt Himes, he's a junior for the Blue Raiders. And long, lanky Blue Raider. Anamosa sporting some new singlets here. They are black on the bottoms, navy blue on the top. And it's pretty hard to see the Raiders across the back as it's gray. There's a long double shot. DeSoto's going to throw. There's 2. DeSoto's going to throw Himes to his back. Could be a pin. DeSoto's going to tighten this up. He's got a double underhook, and I'm telling you what, that's tight. If he can get his inside hip down, Jamie, he's got the right arm, the left arm of Himes tightened up. We'll see if he can sit down on this thing. 114 has got a lot of time. He's almost got that arm too tight. Now if he can readjust, he'll get the fall. I'll tell you what, that's a fall. Well, we've seen pins called a lot quicker, but our referee's down there looking. Hines is trying to work himself out.
Find to the edge of the mat here.
DeSoto's trying to. He sees that white line too. There's the fall. There's the fall as Hines trying to readjust himself. And DeSoto, that's a huge win right there for West Delaware. They picked up 6 right there by DeSoto. And that was a very, very nice pancake there right now to West Delaware. You'll take them any way you can get them, Jamie.
Hey, you will. And now we're going to see Alex Reitz bump up. I believe he's going to be taking on Randy Von Buren.
And this is a tough match.
Yeah, it is.
Von Buren is a tough cookie here. And I believe he was very close to qualifying for state last year. And he's very, very physical. And we'll see what Alex Reitz has in store for him as a scramble off the edge of the mat. This could be throw or be thrown right here. We'll see if Alex Reitz can go 2-0 on this night also, as he picked up a very, very nice win in that first duel against Mount Vernon. After being thrown in a headlock, he fought himself out of the headlock off his back, and then he came back to earn the pin for the Hawks. On our program, Jamie, they got Randy Von Buren with the INJ behind like he's injured, but they've got him out on the mat here tonight. So Alex Reitz bumping up from 152 to 160, so he's giving up a little bit of weight. And we'll see if he can provide enough spark here for West Delaware to keep the momentum on their side. We started at weight class 138, and we all of a sudden bumped up to a weight class 160. 57 seconds left to go. The Hawks are up 15-0 in our team score, so that's a nice place to be right now. Von Buren not offering much here so far, Jamie. Now he's got an overhook. He's got an underhook. Now he's going to try to set Reitz up in a bear hug. Reitz likes to be here. Reitz could set up a lateral, Jamie. We'll see if he can set things. He's trying to feel some pressure right here. And you know Von Buren's thinking stay out of the over and under, and he was sagging his hips, but you can almost see that Reitz was measuring there to try and throw it.
Well, and Reitz has got to be careful because, you know, we saw him in his first match where he was trying to get that pressure, but putting too much pressure in on him to his opponent, and got himself launched in a headlock in that first match, but ended up winning the match. But again, you got to be careful in trying to provoke that pressure back, that you don't give too much of your own and give yourself an opportunity where you get thrown.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, you're trying
to call that too?
They did call it too. Right on the edge of the mat. So Von Buren picks up a 2-point takedown. Again, under 15 seconds left to go. Von Buren picks up a takedown. Nice stand-up by Reitz. Pacific and hip heist. Close to a hip heist. He came to a stand-up. And a back trip by Von Buren on the way down. Reitz tried to hit him with a standing switch. And it's going to be Reitz's choice to start the second period. And he's going to choose down. So a good place for the senior to be to try and close the gap here. Down 2-0, and Von Buren's going to go up on top. Now Von Buren getting a little bit high. Throws a far side half Nelson, and that's going to be a 1-point escape for Reitz. That made it easy. Von Buren did not control an ankle. He did not control an ankle and came right up to the head of Reitz. And Reitz scored a 1 point. There's Reitz trying to throw Von Buren if he can get his hips through. And that's the weight difference right there, Jamie. A throw attempt by Reitz. This time, I'm not sure if he can fight his way out of it. Von Buren's got that headlock in tight. Reitz might sell his way. That's going to be a legal hold. Going to be 3 near fall and a 1 illegal hold. So a 2-point takedown for Von Buren. A 3-point near fall. The headlock slipped. So Reitz will pick up a 1-point penalty point. So now it's 7-2. A little size difference there, Jamie, and not enough pressure.
Yeah, and again, he was trying to force it, and that's you get in trouble when you try to force that. But now he's going to pick up a 2-point reversal so quickly. Reitz is back in this match. It's 7-2, and that was just a case of Von Buren. He got a little high, and wasn't he trying to ride, but he didn't lock up the move, just like we just got done talking about. He didn't lock up his pinning combination and then allowed Reitz to come around for a 2-point reversal.
Now Reitz with a cross-face cradle in on Van Buren. He might take him to his back, Jamie. He does. This match may be tied. Could be the fall. There's the fall. Reitz with the fall of Van Buren. And 3:17. Again, Alex Reitz pulls the Houdini right there down in the match, gets into a scramble, comes out on top, slaps a cross-face cradle in, and I'm telling you what, that was tight, and our referee slapped the mat there. The Hawks are going to go up 21-0, so Alex Reitz living on the edge, but making it count tonight.
Well, he is, and, again, got himself thrown to his back trying to force the pressure, and he comes back and locked up that cradle. I tell you what, that was a great cradle by Alex Reitz. It was tight, and there was nothing Van Buren really could do once he was in it.
And one thing he did there that was very nice, Jamie, is he tightened up the cradle before he tried to turn him. And that was the whole key. If you can get that cradle tight and then turn him, your opponent has a hard time moving. Well, this is Corey Russell now. And Corey Russell taking on Sam Dolan at weight class 170. Dolan's a sophomore. And Corey Russell out early with a 2-point takedown. He's got a drive cradle on Dolan. And we'll see if he can turn this into some back points. He's got to sag his hips right here and put his head into the side. Right now he's picking up some near fall points, but Dolan could roll him through, and that's a nice job of adjusting. That could be a fall right here, Jamie. Drive cradle fall for Corey Russell in 52 seconds as Dolan tried to roll him through. And I'm telling you what, that's what the doctor ordered right there for the West Delaware Hawks, as he's got that drive cradle in, cinched it up. And we may see Brent Lammers up here at weight class 182 for the Hawks, taking on Dylan Woods for Anamosa. Again, the Hawks showing a little bit of moxie here right through the middle of this lineup, up 27-0 now. But you know what? It's wrestling. No lead is too big. Dylan Wood, just one D. Brett Lammers picking up a 4-foot against Mount Vernon. And Lammers in on a high crotch, cuts across to a double and quickly up 2-0. That was a 7-second takedown. There's a 1-point escape for Wood. And Lammers is going to go back to his feet. Lammers unbeaten on the year, picking up his 100th career win on Saturday, taking that gold medal at the Jefferson Invite. And I'm telling you what, he made it look easy as he's making it right here. And that's what you like to see out of your senior, Jamie.
Yeah, he didn't get a match his first time out, so really he wants to try to get as many takedowns here in this short amount of in this match as he can to start things off.
Very nice push-pull by Lammers. In on a high crotch, cuts across to a double. He's got Wood up, and he's going to take Wood down. That was a very nice finish. That's what you talk about. And Brett Lammers is giving these little bitty Anamosa Wrestling Club guys a good technique night as he got in on that double and did not stop. He got in on that double and finished it. Now he's working that inside wrist on the right side, a bar arm. He wraps his left arm, wraps his right arm around the head of Wood. He's got a half Nelson in right now. It could be a fall. High bridge by Wood. Our referee's looking close down there. Lambert's trying to get to a tee. He's got plenty of time. 48 seconds left. Wood tries to roll through. Lammers tightens it up with a reverse half Nelson. Lammers in great position, and there's the fall in 1:18. The pin bug has struck here for the West Delaware Hawks as they are in a string of falls right here, and they take a lead now 33-0. And that was a very nice job by your top-ranked in Class 2A, Brett Lammers, as he keeps his winning streak alive here, undefeated on the year and making it look easy.
Yeah, and that was just a nice job. Getting out there, getting some work, and that's what Brent Lammers needed to do, was get out and get some work on his feet in that match, and he did a good job of that there and ended up getting the fall in the first period.
Well, we're going to go to weight class 195, and we got the human bowling ball from Anamosa, Tyler Frazier. I'll tell you what, he is about 5'6" and 195 pounds. Very difficult when you've got somebody that short and stocky to wrestle. Tree trunk thighs and big shoulders, and Brady Antones will have his. This will be a tough match for him here. He'll have single point. There's Frazier trying to double underhook and an inside trip, and he sets Antones on his backside, but he picks up the 2-point takedown.
Frazier, one of the better wrestlers on this Anamosa squad. You know, him and Randy Von Buren are really the two better wrestlers on this squad. So, and that's what these guys need is these younger kids. We talked about these guys being a young team and having a lot of numbers. It's guys like Randy Von Buren, the seniors, Von Buren and Frazier here that need to provide that spark for the Raiders and just lead by example.
Well, Tyler Frazier with the double chicken wing on Brady Antones, and Antones goes to a high bridge and rolls through. Now put a cross body in there, Brady Antones. It's going to be 2 reversal for Antones and a 2 reversal back for Frazier. It's 7-2 right now. Now if you're Brady Antones, Jamie, you got to get your hands out in front. And there's a cross face to a far arm by Frazier. Now to a butcher, and Antones is going to roll through, but it's going to be a 2-point near fall. Frazier right back to work on that chicken wing on the left side. He's going to roll Antones right to his back. He's got an inside wrist with the chicken wing. There's the fall right there, 136. So Anamosa will finally get on the board with a fall from Tyler Frazier. And I'm telling you what, he is tough to wrestle with that build. And we're going to go up to weight class 220 now. Cooper Weeks from West Delaware is going to take on Spencer Heinrichsen.
This is another senior and another good wrestler on this squad for Anamosa.
And again, that's what you expect out of your seniors as you get out there and go. And Heinrichsen here is a very tall, very lean, very lanky 220-pounder. Cooper Weeks, very undersized 220-pounder. I think he weighs in about 188 or, can't be much more than that. So he's giving up a lot of weight here. There's a double leg takedown by Heinrichsen in deep on Weeks, and Weeks is going to have to bail out. Now Heinrichsen climbs the body of Weeks, might be a half Nelson. Heinrichsen missed the half Nelson, but he's going to go cross face far shoulder, and he's going to dump Weeks to his back. Referee down looking close. We've got not sure what's going on the mat down there. Maybe we're just going to stay on this mat, Jamie. Maybe trying to pair up some more JV matches. Heinrichsen climbs the body of Weeks. That's going to be a foul in 46 seconds. I'm telling you what, this dual meet is just a half an hour underway here. We're at weight class 285. We started at weight class 138, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches left. And 285 for West Delaware will be Caleb Zeeser, and for Anamosa, Colby Tunges, I think.
I think it's Tunis.
Tunis? Okay. All right. Well, whatever it is, he's coming out ready to try to throw Caleb Zeeser to his back. Tell you what, you'd like to have Tunis on your as your left tackle on your football team. I'm telling you what, there's another one, another big body, another tree trunk legs there. Caleb Zeeser, I'd like to see him work that. He's got an overhook on the left side of Tunis, and he's going to try to wing that down. There's a throw by Zeeser. Let's see if he can take Tunis to his back. Boy, I'll tell you what, he didn't bail out. If he could have bailed out, Tunis would have went right to his back. That would have been huge. Here comes a side roll attempt. Sag on that, Caleb. We'll throw a half Nelson in. And if you're Caleb Zeeser, you want to wrestle. I think you want to wrestle this guy on your, where he's at right now.
On the mat. Yeah.
On the mat. The side roll. Go ahead.
In a nice takedown to start this match by Zeeser, and there's the side roll you just talked about. That was the side roll. 55 seconds. Tunis is going to win that by fall.
Jamie, that's what Caleb Zeeser has got to feel that. You know when Tunis he hooked onto that elbow, and Zeezer's got to feel that and sag and throw a half Nelson in. And he left his hips up, and that made it easy. That made it easy for Tunis to roll him through. And I'm telling you what, it doesn't take long. 3 pins, and the Raiders are back in this duel. It's 33-18. And we're going to weight class 106, where Morgan Rowley for the Raiders is taking on Ben Litterer. And these two have probably, I'm not sure if they wrestled at middle school last year, but these two have possibly tangled before in Walmack middle school action. Well, they're going to wrestle right here where it counts, weight class 106. And we talked about Anamosa, the upstart Anamosa wrestling team. And Jamie, when you've got, you saw West Delaware run through a string of falls. And when those falls start, that momentum is hard to stop.
It certainly is. And, that's, West, like you said the pin bug started for West Delaware. Well, just like that, Anamosa's had three in a row. So the pin bug has started for them here, too. So the Hawks got to try to stop the bleeding here. If you're Anamosa, you're right back in this duel, but you got to continue to wrestle well and do what you've done to get yourself back into this duel.
Well, West Delaware did not have, Cole Engel did not wrestle in that first duel, so the Hawks may be giving up 6 at 120. So this duel may come down to Logan Riley and Owen Ward at 126 and 132. It's 33-18 right now at weight class 106. There's a single leg now at the head to the outside by Rowley. He's in deep. Now he's going to cut across to a double. Litter's going to try to pancake him over to his back, but he's going to have to cover up as Rowley climbs the body of Ben Litter and now works an inside wrist on the right side. Climbs the body. He's going to try to slap a half Nelson in. And if you're Ben Litter, you've got to work a little hand control right now. A half pull Nelson right there by Rowley. And he had that in deep. I'd like to see our official drop down to a knee and stop that as Rowley had that full Nelson in. And he was going to town with it. 1 point for Litter. And Rowley up on top. Litter tries to stand up, a chop, a tight waist and a chop by the freshman from Anamosa. Now Riley climbing the body of Litter. Here comes that half Nelson again. Almost had a full Nelson one more time. Litter with the sit-out turn in. Got to continue to face him. Might pick up 1 point here with 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Might be 1. And no points there as Rowley hangs on. Pretty good first period. Litter's choice is going to defer over to Rowley. And Rowley's choice is going to go neutral. All right. Litter again, it's got the size advantage. We'll see if he can pick up a shot here. Two freshmen going at it at weight class 106. Just underway here as we start our climb back through the lineup. We start at weight class 138. We're going to end at weight class 132. The Hawks losing, if you're just joining us, the Hawks losing to Mount Vernon in their first duel. They're trying to make a comeback here, trying to go one-on-one. Go one-on-one with Anamosa here. 33-18 is our dual meet score. Our match score right now is 2-1. And a hard collar tie by Rowley. And if you've been Litter, Jamie, you got to try to set up a sweep single. Try to use that length and try to attack some low-level shots.
Well, you mentioned that sweep single. It's there. I mean, all you got to it's a matter of, tying him up, because right now what Rowley's doing is he's not hand fighting with Litter. He's letting Litter do the hand fighting, and he's just waiting for an opportunity to hit a move.
And Rowley did hit a move right there as Litter dropped in on a double, and here comes that pancake by Rowley. He's got Litter on his back with 50 seconds, and that is tight. He's got the right arm scooped, and he's around the head and a half Nelson. Litter trying to high bridge and roll through. We talked about that, Jamie. The ability to stay off your back when you get thrown to your back, and especially in a dual meet here that's huge. Litter trying to roll through. Rowley's going to try to tighten that up, and there's the call. Went from 33-0. Now it's 33-24. Again, the Raiders have climbed back into this duel with 4 consecutive pins, and a shot by Litter. And Jamie, that's about the 3rd or 4th takedown we've seen tonight, where West Delaware has shot in and kept their elbows out. And every time that's happened, it's been very costly.
Well, it has, and we saw it with Logan Riley in that first duel. We saw it with a couple other guys in that first duel. I believe Bennett Cole got hit with that in that first duel. And it's just if you're going to shoot in, that's what Coach Voss talked about last week on the coach's corner. You know, we got to pull the trigger on some things. But if you're going to pull the trigger, you got to make sure you execute and keep your arms in and don't leave them hanging, because then that's what happens.
Well, we'll see if the Hawks can stop the bleeding right here. We've got Brad Roush at weight class 113 taking on a sophomore, Will Marsh. And there's Roush in on a nice double leg takedown, pops his head to the outside, covers the hips. Now he's got Marsh in a cross-face cradle. Let's see if he can take Marsh to his back. He does. Could be a fall here for West Delaware. For Roush, he's got that cross-face cradle, and there's the fall in 42 seconds. So Brad Roush gets it done. He stops the bleeding. The 4 consecutive pins by Anamosa. That stretch is over as Brad Roush puts 6 back on the side of the Hawks. It's 39-24. And
that's West Delaware's 5th pin of the duel.
We're going to have no match at 120, Jamie.
And that was Logan Riley
Logan Riley taking a forfeit at 126. And Owen Ward.
And we don't have anybody at one.
Owen Ward coming to the match.
So 120, Anamosa will pick up a forfeit. So they threw somebody in at 120.
Must have been Harry Watson. Freshman Harry Watson. So Riley will take a forfeit at 126. They've got 3 126-pounders listed there. So we're going to finish this thing at 132. So the Hawks will win this duel, Jamie. They are up 39-30.
No, it's more than that now.
More than that?
45.
45. Okay, they didn't get that last forfeit up there. 45-30, and we're going to weight class 132 with Owen Ward taking on a sophomore, Nick Thompson. And again, Anamosa is young in these lower weights. They do not have a senior until 160. So from 106 to 160, there's no seniors. They only have 1 junior. The rest are freshmen and sophomores. There's a nice jab front headlock by Owen Ward. He's going to snap down. He's going to snap Thompson down. Then he's going to climb the body, and he's going to slap a half Nelson in and pick up 3 on the near fall. Haven't got 3 yet, but he doesn't finish it. That's 1 point. No near fall, Jamie. No near fall. Boy, Ward had a Thompson going to his back, and again didn't finish it right there. So it's 2-1. You know, Owen Ward was something to prove here as he was beaten. In that first duel. All right, 55 seconds left. And there's a nice snap. There's a nice throw by Ward. He's going to pick up 2. He's got a cradle in. The Hawks have been very successful with the cradles tonight, something they've been working on, and that's nice to see. He's got a far side cradle in on Nick Thompson. He's got to go hip to hip. He's stepping over an ankle. Now he's going to give up the cradle. Boy, had that in very tight. I would have liked to see him kick off the leg and go hip to hip and bump Thompson, and we're going to get potentially dangerous. 4-1. All right. Jamie, up 45-30 right now.
Yes, I do.
And they have not punched that up on the scoreboard yet.
They have it here, but they have 45-24. But Anamosa, they don't have Anamosa picking up a forfeit at 120 because they have a double forfeit listed on the track wrestling here. But they sent someone out at 120 to pick up a forfeit.
Okay. All right, crossface cradle attempt by Ward. And
that was it.
That was it. All right, it's going to be Ward's choice. He's going to defer over to Thompson. And we're going to go neutral. And there's Ward on the whistle trying that low single. And Thompson keeps his feet moving, expecting that. Ward with a hard collar tie with his left, trying to work some hand control with his right. And Thompson squaring up his stance. There's a nice shot, inside single by Ward. Let's see if he can finish that. He's going to step to the outside, back trip Thompson, take him to his hip, cover the hip, pick up 2, And now he's going to climb his body and scoop the right arm and pick up a chicken wing on the right side. Now he's going to try to scoop the left arm and double this thing up. And Jamie, it's been a long time since we've seen a West Delaware Hawk with a double chicken wing. I'd like to see Owen Ward set this up right now. He's working. He's got plenty of time. He's got it locked up. He's got the double chicken wing locked up. Let's see if he can pinch those arms of Thompson's a little bit tighter. He's going to post that left shoulder, make a big step, and he's got Thompson on his back in a double chicken wing, and this could do it. 104, and Owen Ward trying to set up, trying to put a little extra pressure on that right shoulder of Nick Thompson. He's actually got it so tight, that's going to do it right there. Nice job. And 307, Owen Ward will pick up the fall over Nick Thompson, and that will put 6 more on the side of the West Delaware Hawks, and they will go on to win this duel. Well, let's take a short timeout, and Jamie's adding up his totals. A lot of pin totals in that particular duel, but that's the way you like it. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. We've got more action for you from Anamosa, Iowa on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And welcome back into Anamosa High School as we wrapped up our second duel of the night. One more to go for you yet tonight, but joining us right now is West Delaware head coach Jeff Voss. And Coach Voss started off tonight against Mount Vernon. And, you know, we were talking on the air. Coach Light he's waited a long time to, you know, have a shot against the Hawks. And you guys came out, wrestled well in some matches. Some matches you'd probably say didn't wrestle very well, lost that one 46-24. 9-5 split on the match wins, and just a tough night getting going here for you guys.
Yeah, Mount Vernon's got a real nice team, and you know, we knew with with Bishop out at 60 and stuff, we'd have to, and Cole Engel at 20. We knew we'd have to wrestle pretty well to try to get a 7-7 split, and I'll give them credit. They did what they had to do to get the 9-5 split.
Absolutely. Well, then you guys battled back in that second duel. Against all the tough odds tonight. Anamosa had their little wrestlers down on the side of the mat cheering on their kids, and you know, no cheerleaders, but they had them tonight. You guys won that duel 51-30. You split the 9-5 split, picked up 6 pins in that duel, but that was a quick duel. Again, you guys got a lot of pins, but you gave up more pins than you really would have liked to.
Yeah, you know, anytime we give up bonus points, we want to try to avoid that. But you know, Anamosa's got some pretty decent upper weight kids, and you know, we came out of there with a 9-5 split, and you know, I thought some of the guys wrestled pretty well. We had moved some kids up a weight class or two in a couple spots, so overall it was a pretty good duel for us.
And then Saturday, you guys are going to be at the Louisa Muscatine tournament. It's been a tough tournament the last couple of years, as you've got Mediapolis, who's been a program on the rise the last couple of years. They're going to be there again, and you guys, it just you get to see some more 2A schools like a Mediapolis, see what they've got moving forward, and then you got some 1A schools in there as well. But always a tough tournament down there.
Yeah, I think Mediapolis is probably ranked first or second in 2A, so. You know, that's kind of why we started going down there a few years back, was to see Assumption and Mediapolis. Assumption is now out of the tournament, but Mediapolis is still there. So it'll be nice to kind of see what kind of a team they have and how we match up with some of those kids. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we see them down the road at the state tournament or that type of thing. But it'll be nice to go on a road trip and, you know, see some teams we don't normally see and see how the kids do.
All right, Coach. 1-1 on the night. Best of luck to you guys Saturday, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks a lot. And appreciate all the fans that came down here and you guys down here doing the duels. It's awesome.
All right, West Delaware head wrestling coach Jeff Voss will be back with our final duel. Right after this, you're listening to High School Wrestling on Mix 94.7 KMCH.